welcome back to my YouTube channel Trouble Free. In today's video, we are going to learn about metrics for maintenance in the subject of software engineering. So in the previous videos, you've seen what metrics actually are, why do we need metrics for testing, design, coding and all, right? Now in this video, let's see metrics for maintenance. So to maintain a software, what are the metrics that you need? Okay, and with this we will be done with metrics, and next we will start architecture design, like whatever next topic. So yeah, first of all, what is maintenance? What do you mean by maintenance? In SDLC we have different phases. We have requirement design, we have analysis, coding, design, coding, and then we have testing, maintenance, right? What is maintenance? Maintenance is nothing but once you give your product to the customers, we should still help them, right? We should still support them if there are any issues. Let's say once you gave your application or web application or a website or whatever it is, once you delivered it to the customer, when customer starts using it, then customer might see some errors in it, right? Customer might see some problems in it, so they might not understand few things. Then in that case, you should still support the customers, or you should still help them to maintain the software, right? So that is the maintenance step. And in this maintenance step, what are the different metrics that we have to consider? So basically this metrics will evaluate the cost, the stability and the reliability, and all these factors that are required to maintain the software. Okay, and what are the different metrics we have in that? Let's see now. So the first one is mean time to repair, which is also in short called as MTTR. That means, let's say there is a failure. You gave your product to the customers, and then there is a failure. Let's say one functionality is not working. Okay, let's say again, let's go back to our online like food ordering system, or home foods business, or whatever it is. In this you'll have different steps. Like first the customer will log in, then customer will add their products to cart, and then they will do the payment, and different steps will be there, right? Let's say in payment functionality, payment through card, this is broken. Okay, it is that website is, for some reason, it is not accepting credit card or debit card payments. In that case, that means this is a failure, right? So this is a failure in the functionality. So to repair this, how much time will be you have to spend, how much time is taken in order to fix this failure? And how do you calculate that? You total time spent on repairs by number of repairs. Total how much time you spent like 60 minutes, or you spent like 600 minutes, or whatever it is. Total time divided by how many repairs you fixed. That is the MTTR, mean time to repair. That means if there is a failure in the system, if there is a bug in the system, this much time it will take, average, on an average. Okay, so that's how you calculate the mean time to repair. Next is mean time to failure. So this is nothing but the average time taken before next failure. Let's say today at 1 p.m. you got the payment through card failure, and after 2 days again at 1 p.m. you got payment through UPI failure. Okay, now between this 1 p.m. and this 1 p.m. you have total of 48 hours, right? So that means the system was fine for 48 hours, right? And then you got a failure, and in this 48 hours, how many failures you got? 2. So for the next failure to happen, on an average it might take 24 hours, something like that. Okay, so this is mean time to failure, total operational time. That means how much time your system was working fine divided by number of failures, how many failures your system had. Okay, this is the mean time to failure. Next, mean time between failures, which is MTBF, which is calculated by using MTTF plus MTTR. So between failures, between two failures, how much total time is there? So total time between two failures, including the repair time. Okay, so you will add the failure plus MTTR, mean time to repair plus mean time to failure. You will add these both, and you will get the mean time between the failures. And then software maturity index. This software maturity index, it will basically measure the stability and maturity of your software after each and every release. So release, what do you mean by release? Again, as I said, let's say you promised your customer that you will give them a product by June 30th. Okay, on 30th June you will deliver the app or you will deliver the website. You delivered, fine. So once customer got it, once customer started using it, you, like, let's say they gave you 10 features, total 10 features. In those 10 features, 8 are very important and 2 are not very important. Like if you add these 2 features, it will be good, it will be nice. The website might look attractive, or the customers or the website might be fast, something like that. So you will say, okay, initial 8 features we will be giving you by June 30th. So this is the first release. Okay, other two features also. In these 2 features, we will give one feature by August 31st and the other feature by October 31st, you said. So this will be second release, this will be third release. So for each and every release, this SMI, software maturity index, will measure the stability and the maturity of the software. How? By a formula. I'll tell you what it is. So this is how you measure the SMI. So which is M0 minus FA, FC, FD divided by M0 again. I'll tell you what each of them is. M0 is the number of modules in current release. As I said, 8 functionalities, total 10 functionalities, right? In that, 8 functionalities are in the current release, in release 1. Then number of modules in the, let's say, let us take this as release 2. In the second release we added 1 feature, and in the third release we added 1 more feature. So number of modules in the current release. In current release, how many modules you are sending? 1. And FA is nothing but number of modules added in the current, how many new modules you added, and number of modules changed in the current release. Let's say from these 8 modules also, let's say you like for one of the functionality you did some small change. Okay, so that means how many modules you changed. And FD is number of modules deleted in the current change. If you have deleted any modules, you include that as well. So you add all these things, and again M0 minus FA plus FC plus FD divided by M0. Okay, so this is how you calculate the software maturity index, and depending on the value you will be estimating the quality of your software, and you will be estimating what else we can do to improve the maintenance, or the maintenance experience to the customers. Like what else you can do so that the customers will be more inclined towards your software. Okay, so yeah, this is all about this video, very small video. So maintenance is nothing but once you give the product to the customer, then you have to still help them out if there is any problem, or if they want any new changes, or if they want to add any new functionalities. You should still continue to help your customers, right? So this phase is called maintenance, and in this phase we have few metrics: the mean time to repair, mean time to failure, mean time between the failures, and the last one is the SMI, the software maturity index. Okay guys, so yeah, this is all about this video. Thanks for watching the video till the end, and if you have any video suggestions, let me know in the comment section. I'll definitely do it for you. Let's meet up soon in the next coming video with another topic. Bye bye.